Virgo, thanks for visiting. And if you like this reading, please like or subscribe, as I always say, or leave a comment, as I always say. I have everything ready, and I'm just going to start your reading for lovely Virgo. The first card you have for your past is the Eight of Wands. Yes, this is a lot of action, a lot of talk, a lot of fast talk. I'm actually seeing a bit of angry talk. This is someone who's talking very quickly and they're very angry with someone. This isn't gossip. I'm not seeing this as gossip, but I am seeing someone was very upset towards someone, angry towards someone. And yes, if you look at these wands, they have a focus. They're coming down to a target. They're coming down to earth. They're going to have to crash down to earth at some time. They have a target they're going toward. They actually look like spears to me. So this person's very angry toward a person. And they could have been telling you about this person, saying, oh, this person's done this, I'm so angry, and they're this and they're that. And you they have a kind of a very negative base view of things. They take offense very easily and quickly. They get very angry quickly. They get upset very quickly. They stop talking to people, all of that kind of thing. And you have a more, yes, of course, if people do the wrong thing by you, you're not very happy with them, and sometimes you cut people off. But generally, you have a more positive outlook. You like to kind of see the best in people, or at least be neutral until you know for sure. You don't kind of prejudge everyone. So this person had a very angry, they might have been having an angry conversation and telling you about someone else, how they wanted to get back at them, they didn't like them, they wanted to target them, they wanted to kind of, not literally, but they wanted to throw spears at them, and they were very angry. They wanted revenge, they wanted retaliation, something like that. I'm seeing that that's how you were involved, just because you were you happened to be there listening to them say this, or they were telling you about this other person. So I'm seeing that because you had this kind of more optimistic view underpinning everything, underpinning your viewpoint, I'm trying to say, you were trying to tell them to kind of maybe calm down a bit, don't judge someone too harshly, because I think you were seeing that this was a bit they didn't quite have everything right, or maybe there was a little bit of truth, but they were kind of blowing it out of proportion and getting extra angry at someone. This is the kind of person who, gets really angry in traffic, or if they're in a shop and they think that's terrible service, and they start jumping up and down and getting angry, whereas you might just say, oh well, the person behind the counter must have had a bad day, or maybe they're tired or something. But they take everything they take offense over every tiny thing. So I'm seeing at this time you were trying to kind of calm them down. You were saying, come on, it's not that bad. Have you thought of this? There might be another side to this. Maybe that's not really true. But I don't think they were listening to you. I think that they were really determined to kind of to do this, to be angry with this person. I'm not saying they actually came and tackled the person, but I think they were just kind of sounding off to you, if that makes sense. But you had a kind of more positive spin on things. You're kind of trying to say, look, maybe it's not so bad, and all of these kinds of things. The next card you have your past is the King of Wands. So yes, you wanted to kind of stop this conversation, or try to you're taking action in this. You're coming forward and you're saying, no, come on, this isn't correct. Don't do this. Don't go and be angry with them. Don't call them. Don't go do this or that or whatever. And this person was trying to show whoever this was in a really bad light. They were trying to talk to them. They're actually very, very upset. They were very upset, but they were overly upset. It wasn't in proportion to what actually was happening. And you could see that, but they weren't actually seeing that. And yes, you could see another side to this. So you were trying to get them to see things realistically. I'm seeing that again. And you wanted to get up and stop them from actually calling this person or speaking to them. They might have been saying to you, oh, I'm going to call them and say this. I'm going to go around and see them, and I'm going to tell them. And you're saying, look, don't do that. Please don't make a scene. Please don't make it worse. Maybe talk to them when you calm down, or something like that. You're trying to talk to this person. That's what I'm seeing here. It might not resonate, but that's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your past is the Five of Wands. So yes, here we are again. I'm seeing the same thing. more wands, wanting to get back on top, wanting to cause a fuss, wanting to jump around and get angry, all these kinds of things, wanting to prove this other person was wrong and they were right, and all of that kind of thing. This person has a very confused mind, obviously. You can see this is what's inside their mind, all of this kind of mess in the Five of Wands. I shouldn't laugh, they're quite upset and angry, but really they're overly upset. They're over the top over things. They get overly, it's like a bad reality TV show where people jump up and they want to punch someone when it's just some silly thing they've said. And you're trying to stop them. You're like the security guard. It's not that serious, like you're not, it's not a physical problem, but yes, they're very confused inside their mind, and you're trying to tell them to kind of, it's not that bad an injustice, it's not even that bad. And if it is, do you want to do these things? Do you really want to go and do these things you're trying to do? You're trying to tell them all of this kind of thing. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your present is the Two of Cups. So this is a conversation you're having with someone, I'm seeing. A beautiful, happy conversation. Finally, you're having a sensible conversation with someone. There's someone sensible here. I'm seeing this is a kind of an intellectual exchange that you're having with someone. This could be a friendship, it might be someone in work, it might not be. Excuse me, I'm just seeing you're really clicking with someone at this time. And this is over a specific subject, I'm seeing. So this is something you might be an expert in, or it might just be something you really, really love talking about. You might be passionate about something, you might be kind of collect something, or you might be really into some subject or some hobby or some certain thing. Whatever the subject is, you don't normally find people who understand it that well or even want to talk to you about that on that level. So I hope this makes sense, but I'm just seeing someone who really understands you and you really understand them. It's this beautiful exchange, and it's like intellectual bonding in a way. So I hope this makes sense. And if this is a friend, or if this becomes a friend, if this is someone you've just met and you suddenly click with them and you become friends with them, this could be a friend for life. This could be a really, really good friend. And yes, this is a fantastic person, so I hope it does turn into something more, because you can have so many more amazing conversations with this person, and you need to have more sensible conversations after you've been speaking to this Eight of Wands person who's driving you crazy. The next card you have for your present is the Sun. So yes, here we are. I can see that this is your optimism. Now, I'm not seeing that you're always jumping up and down and smiling and laughing and doing cartwheels down the road, but you are beneath everything. Yes, you have ups and downs, but underneath it all, you have this kind of fairness about you, wanting to see things on the bright side. And you have a little bit of this unchangeable kind of optimism. That's the difference between the sun and the moon. The moon's changeable, but the sun isn't changeable. It's dependable, it's consistent. And it's just this feeling of knowing that things are going to work out okay, and that's the kind of attitude you're trying to bring forth to this person in the Eight of Wands, but they weren't really listening. You have this positivity, you've had it all the way along in your past, but at this time, in your present, especially after speaking to this person in the Two of Cups, this has brought out even more positivity in you and more self-confidence in you. So at this time, when you have this great positivity and confidence, this is when things can manifest for you. So I'm seeing for a while you've been trying to manifest some things that you want, and it's kind of been sitting there, you know, not really doing anything. But now at this time you can do this because you have this positivity, you have clarity, you're able to focus, and you have a lot more, what's the word? Confidence, that's what I'm trying to say, because this conversation with this person in the Two of Cups were telling you, oh, you're really so interesting, oh, you know so much about this, oh, you're really great to talk to, I love speaking to you, and that kind of built up your confidence, or it is at this time, this is in your present. So yes, you're going to be able to get what you want, not just things, but feelings that you want to manifest, the way you want to feel, the way you want to be. All of that is going to come to you at this time. or it's going to come to you gradually after feeling like this. That's what I'm seeing. So this is very, very beautiful. So never give that up. Always keep that optimism, even if someone's trying to hurt you or do something. Just keep that as your foundation, and you'll always be able to bounce back from things. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your present is the King of Pentacles. So yes, your present's definitely more positive than your past, I'm seeing. If you look at how this king's focused on this coin, it looks like he's meditating. He's looking down at this coin in this card, in the King of Pentacles. I hope you can see it in camera. Yes, you can. I'm just checking. So you can definitely have what you want if you focus. You're going to have to be patient to get what you want. You are going to get this because you do have this underlying optimism, and you have more clarity at this time, and you have more confidence at this time. So those three are very, very powerful things. But it is going to take time. I mean, if you look at this king, he's a very powerful man. He's obviously a very wealthy man. But he has grapes all over him. He has a very heavy robes, and he has a lot of grapes and grapevines all kind of tangled around him. So it takes a long time for those grapevines to grow. It takes a long time for the grapes to actually grow from that as well. And if you want to take that one step further, if you want to make something from that, if you want to manifest something, if you want to make wine from those grapes, that takes even longer. First you have to harvest the grapes, you have to stomp on the grapes in the barrels, and then you have to put it in the barrels, you have to let it ferment, and you have to leave it for years and years and years to mature. So it's going to take time for you to get what you want. You'll get it, but it's going to take time. You're going to need some patience and also a mature outlook. This isn't something that's going to come to you in 1 second. It's not going to fly up to you or fall in your face. It's not a quick grab at short-term success or anything like that. This is long-term stability. That's what the King of Pentacles is. This thing that you want to manifest, it probably is financial. It's probably something that's very, that will give you long-term stability, and you will get that, but you need to be patient. The first card you have for your future is the Queen of Wands. So yes, I'm still seeing this optimism around you with this beautiful sunflower this Queen of Wands has, and yes, for a long time you weren't feeling quite that amazingly optimism. You're optimistic. You always had that kind of behind you. But then this person in the Two of Cups really brought that out into the forefront. And you probably had I'm seeing that you probably had some kind of past relationship that kind of dampened down your optimism for a while. But yes, for single people, I'm seeing that you probably want to be independent at this time. You're probably almost feeling a bit fierce about your independence, actually. You don't want to depend on anyone else, or you're not going to at this time. And it might be because of this old relationship that you had that wasn't positive at all, and you kind of want to be more independent. Or it might just be how you're feeling at this time. You might just happen to be feeling like this. You're probably going to be working toward whatever you want at this King of Pentacles as well. And so that's making you fiercely independent. And yes, you're going to be trying to find some balance between being loving, not just in relationships, because I'm not seeing you looking for a relationship at this time, but you're going to try and find a balance between being loving and kind toward people and also being independent, not really needing people. I hope that makes sense. That sounds really confusing, I know. But I'm just looking at this this domestic cat, this black cat. And if you think about cats, they're very, very independent. They're very independent. They're not going to come and sit on your lap and purr if you make them. If you pick them up and put them there, they'll probably run away. But if they choose to, then they're very affectionate. But it has to be their choice. So you're probably, if you're single, you probably want to be independent. You probably don't want to be finding anyone at this time. But if you do see someone who you're very interested in, you're going to take the lead on that. It's going to be something that you want to do yourself. So you're very independent, but it has to be your choice. It has to be your choice. You have to really, really want this person, and it had better be someone very special. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for future is the Two of Pentacles. Yes, so again, for single people, you're kind of looking for a balance between being loving and kind and between being independent. You might actually be talking to someone at this time, or you might even be talking to more than one person in a romantic way. I'm not seeing you're going to settle on any of these people. You still have this part of you that really wants to be independent at this time. And you might have these people or these potential partners. There might be some of them that are a little bit flaky, a little bit inconsistent. That's what I'm seeing with the Two of Pentacles. And I'm not seeing you seriously looking anyway. So, but then with the way these people are acting, you probably, they're so unreliable, you probably aren't going to want to find anyone at all. They might put you off altogether at this time. Eventually you'll find someone. If you're single, you will. This will be a very, very special person, because you're very picky, very independent, just like this black cat. You will find someone eventually, but it will have to be a very special person, and you will find that person. But you're just not going to settle for anyone, especially these flaky people in the Two of Pentacles. The last card you have for your future is Judgment. So yes, what I'm seeing again, this is this person back again in the Eight of Wands. You tried to convince them to be a bit more optimistic, to see the better side, to not get angry, to not jump all over this person, to not get revenge. I'm seeing they're probably going to come back at this time to you, and they're probably going to still try to rope you into this drama. You don't want anything to do with this at this time. They're overly judging. They're judging this person, judge, and you don't want to be involved in this. You've already tried to tell them. You might try to tell them again at this time. They're not going to listen to you. That's what I'm seeing. They're just not going to listen. They're very headstrong. And some people are happy to be miserable. They're happy to be angry, they're happy to be miserable, they want to be like that, they want to find things to offend them. That's what this person's like. They're very judgmental, and I think you're probably just going to let them go for a while, because you do have this underlying positivity which has come out after the Two of Cups, after you've spoken to this person. You don't want anything to come and ruin that for you, so you might just try and be self-preserving. You might try and get away from this person for a while. That's what I'm seeing. You don't want to be near that. So Virgo, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. And also I think this reading was a little bit, now that I think about it, it's a little bit all over the place. So I'm really sorry about that. That's what I saw, that's what I had. Also with these readings, sometimes they can be reversed, and if you're not sure what I mean by that, just ask me in the comments. I'll try and explain it to you. I've already had some comments asking me, and I will get round to those when I can. But again, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe, or leave a comment if you'd like to. Thank you so much for watching.